Now this 13-point spread would be a much bigger spread for any other team if you're not Kentucky. They can score quickly. They can go on those 15, 17-0 runs. Notre Dame has got to make sure that they keep this game in check all the way until the final buzzer.
(53-46) Notre Dame winning a touch pass to Peters from Natalie Novosel. Notre Dame has 17 assists on 22 made baskets. Riley got the rebound, recently inserted in the game for Kentucky. Next dead ball, the television timeout. Evans off balance. Taken away by Notre Dame. Here comes Diggins. Dangerous in the open court. And upon our return, the All-American steps to the free throw line. The passing of Notre Dame, most significant in this one, the Irish, 55-46.
Notre Dame is in a position to be a very premier and elite team if they aren't there already. You have a go-to player in Skylar Diggins. We've seen what she can do in terms of creating for others, scoring herself. But you have to have that complement offensive player, whether it is Natalie Novosel. And we saw what Kayla McBride can do. Brittany Mallory knocking down some shots. The next point for Notre Dame will really be establishing that paint presence.
Notre Dame has shot the ball 60% from the floor, which is better than they've shot the ball from the free throw line. Novosel just picked up her third personal foul, the only Irish player in any kind of danger. Nadia Mathis to the free throw line. Mathis last year in the game against Notre Dame got to the line 8 times, just made 2. He's had to deal with ankle and back injuries. 8th best in the country in steals. Diggins handling the ball, looking inside, gets it to Miller, who dumps it down to Peters. And Samari Walker tips it to herself. And the Wildcats back on offense and quickly into it. Walker with a follow-up, missed it. Out by McBride, the Irish won 4 against 2. Cheating out of the way, a steal for Kentucky at 32.
Road game, but they're playing in a very difficult SEC, and they did a good job in the early part of the season. And then they beat 2 top 10 teams, in Duke and Louisville. It's just being able to transfer that on the road.
Samari Walker with the offensive rebound and the points for Kentucky. Notre Dame seems to be playing on somewhere between a 7 and 11-point lead for most of this half. Goss with a tough assignment. She started off on Diggins, and she's defending her right now. Forced Diggins to give up the ball against a double, and 5 to shoot it. Peters over the back. Offensive foul on Devereaux Peters. And that is number 3 for her.
Saw what Amber Smith did in the first half. That is just a great box out. She cedes a lot of height to Devereaux Peters, and that's how you get the height for Notre Dame on the bench, is by boxing them out, making Peters go over her back. Heads up play by Amber Smith.
14 fouls on Notre Dame, 4 on Kentucky. Goss in the front court against Diggins. Amber Smith having trouble getting loose. On the drive by Mathis, personal foul call, and Arias will go to the free throw line.
Mathis has been struggling really to get in any sort of flow offensively. If you're a good player, this is what you do. She's now gone to the free throw line twice here in the early going. If she can really get started here from the line, she's a player who can make a big difference for Kentucky if this game goes down to the wire.
Mathis just a 63% shooter from the free throw line. And Kentucky doing its best to try to get the stripe a little bit more often here in the second half.
Now, if you're Kentucky, I would be talking right now at this dead ball situation. Notre Dame has done such a good job of getting the ball out and pushing it in transition. Kentucky, they need to locate where Skylar Diggins is, pick her up early, and take away some of that vision to negate that long outlet pass down the court.
Holly Hoops today presented by Kay Jewelers. This is one of the biggest games in the country. Number 3 Notre Dame, number 7 Kentucky, and right now it's a 2-possession game as the Wildcats, once down by 11, are within 5 and with the ball. Jim Barber, Abby Wayner, who started at Duke University, with courtside seats for a good-looking showdown today.
Kentucky really likes getting Audia Mathis this on-ball screen at the top of the key and letting her read and create.
Mathis wears number 1. She's in the corner, the right corner as we speak. Here's Mathis with 7 to shoot. Knocks down the 3, and Kentucky draws within a basket.
Coach Mitchell calling for a face guard now. They want to pick up the full court pressure off of a made basket.
Diggins with a miss. Novosel with a rebound. Leaves it short. Another follow-up. And to the free throw line, Natalie Novosel.
To play into the defense where all your help side is waiting for the Irish.
Natalie Novosel with 18 points for Notre Dame. Novosel, the hero for the Irish against Duke. Even the buzzer in the Bahamas. In arguably one of Notre Dame's greatest comebacks, down 18 second half. Kentucky splits the defense and gets the basket by Drake and 1.
Every time Samantha Drake comes into the game, she makes an immediate impact. I am so impressed with number 31 for Kentucky. And I think that she's done a really good job because of the players that she goes against in practice. But Notre Dame, that is just way too much space that you're giving ball handlers. If Kentucky is allowed to make a decision, free throw line and below, you can almost guarantee that they're going to score in that position.
Drake's brother TC in a major accident over the summer. He has turned out to be okay. And she has dedicated her work ethic to the idea that life is short. She was thrilled that her brother was able to get through some tough times, and she has taken a look at her work ethic and really improved it dramatically.
You know, I think that we've seen some things recently in sports where it puts the game into perspective, whether it's Pat Summitt announcing her early onset dementia or the horrible tragedy at Oklahoma State. This is an opportunity. It's not a right, excuse me, it's an opportunity to play basketball. I think these are two teams that really represent that mindset well.
Well said. 1-point game. We approach 12 minutes of the game. Achanwa off the dribble. Natalie Achanwa, who had a 20-point game against Creighton, her career best. Mallory will shoot it. And it's tracked down by Bria Goss into the open court against Mallory. The Irish with numbers.